Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, the master of martial arts, several, of course, and the host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters. Today, we are going to be talking about the One-Armed Boxer, a movie that was written by and directed by Wang Yu, or Jimmy Wang Yu, depending on how you want to say it. It is a Golden Harvest production, which means Raymond Chow directed or produced it, and it runs 93 minutes. The Blu-ray does. The running time, according to Wikipedia, is 89, but you just never know. It stars a bunch of people, and we do have the trailer here, which it was called the Chinese Professionals of all things, which makes no sense, but go figure. And was released in 1972, and it was a big old hit, and big enough that it produced a sequel some 4 years later, which is one of the greatest martial arts movies of all time, despite it using the most outrageous weapon of all time. Well, one of them. We will get to that, which is why we're doing this one, because you got to start out first we don't want to start out with the sequel.
Combine the Dirty Dozen with the Magnificent Seven, and you have the Chinese Professionals.
That sounds like a World Northall release, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Be that as it may, we start out with the Hook Gang bullying people in a restaurant because they like birds. I think that's a status symbol. And I did have these subtitles on for a while, but I wasn't sure if it would shrink. It didn't this time. You just never know. And here's our hero, second brother, which is Wang Yu, and that is his name is Tian Lung, or Yu Tian Lung. I'll probably just call him Wang Yu the whole time because it's easier. And he's the best martial artist, but he's not the oldest, so that's why he's the second brother. He's had enough of the bullying, and he beats up everybody. Well, the Hook Gang are the jerks. So this guy that starts the trouble is the main problem. Here's our credits: Tian Ye, Tang Shi, and Lung Fei. They're all there, and then Chen Shi Wei, and the action director. I like the action director rather than martial arts choreographer or stuff like that, because obviously Jimmy Wang Yu is not the martial artist that, say, Gordon Lau is, or even Fu Sheng, but boy does he go all out. And these semi-choreographed fights look more realistic to me. I mean, I love Shaw's, you all know that, but the fact that they're out there all fighting and not killing each other says something. But they look like, because in a real fight, real fights are 30 seconds long tops, 2 hits, maybe 2 strikes. Whoever hits first generally wins because the other guy's not prepared. Other person. You don't want to assume that it's just man fighting. They're shooting outside. This just looks lovely. A lot of great stuff here. What if Master finds out? Well, he found out. Because half of them came home bruised. 3 strokes. And Wang Yu has to sit there and do penance and then clean the altar for 3 days. And they wallop him pretty hard. Here's our villainous villain. That's Tian Ye as Chao Lu, as the leader of the Hook group, Hook Gang, and they go to confront him. Let's see. That's Ma Kei as Master Han Tu. That's Wang Yu's master, who's trying to calm him down. Let's not have a fight. They know the other guy's a crook. He's into drugs and prostitutes, etc. But of course, that's not good enough for him. They get in a fight. He beats them, their leader, Chao Lu, and then everybody else fights. Brings out the hook swords and impales him. Wang Yu doesn't get up. He doesn't move at all, despite the commotion he hears. He tells what's going on, and now they have to get revenge. And they hire a bunch of people, karate masters, a judo master, a yoga master, two Muay Thai people, two Muay Thai fighters, uh, two renegade monks. Now remember these faces. We will see them in flashback again. And of course, the Japanese karate master who does have unagi. He's always aware. And that's the dye shop. That's DYE, the dye shop that they work at. They go and beat up everybody and kill most everybody. The fight gets on. They see everyone's dead, and they fight with fire and everything trying to beat these guys. It just doesn't happen. So it's a little slow to the fight. Is Ten Lung, and he fights the two karate students, and they're a match for him. While this jerk face, I forget. That's Ten. Yu Min Ko is Ten Pao. I think that's who that is. It's hard to tell, but he crunches this guy's arm in the wheel. There's the blood. This is bloody. I mean, it's not gory bloody, but it's bloody. And it's even with the Blu-ray from Arrow, which is wonderful. I highly recommend it. Getting pictures of action shots is difficult. Look at his face. This is why he was a star. He looks serious there, as he's trying to kill this guy. But there's the altar for their fallen comrades, and then the Japanese. There's our maybe he's the karate master. I think he's the judo. But yeah, I mean, I put some money into this. It's not just shot outside like a cheapo Taiwanese movie or what have you from the mid 70s on. And just there's our karate master chopping off Wang Yu's right arm. And now he's the one-armed boxer. But of course, he's in shock because he's, lost his right arm, and somehow it gets cauterized right away, or he didn't bleed out. Yeah, he's, the bandage is still bleeding. He's internal wounds and external. So you don't see the fangs for the Japanese master. Let me just see here. Is that yes? That is Wang Fei Lung as Ku Da Lung, which is not even close to a Japanese name. And there's our yoga master who can walk around on his hands and confuse people. Now, both the Japanese karatekas and the Chinese, it's a lama from Tibet, and they're lamas from Tibet, yes. They're the disciples of Feng Shi Wuqi, who's the master of the flying guillotine. I thought they were Shaolin, but they get really annoyed at the Japanese people for saying how great they are, which, who wouldn't? Oh, one of them's a Taekwondo master. I did not see that, but when you're looking for Taekwondo kicks, you go to Angela Mao Ying or Master Jun Ri, but there he squares off, but they kill everybody. I mean, look at that, wiped out. Master's dead. And they just let Wang Yu live because they think he's going to die, but he's found by Shan Tang, who is Jade, the Chinese nurse, who falls in love with him, of course. And who is her? Trying to find out who plays her father there, who's an old master as well. Dun, dun, dun. No, it's just not listed in. Well, I can't see it. It could be listed in here, but I don't know. So, forgive me. Anyway, then we get a montage of photographs where he gets rehabilitated and taught pressure points. And, I just love this picture because it's just outside and it's a beautiful shot. And there's his girlfriend, and this they get a little bit, but she tells him that her father or her uncle knows of a secret way to deaden his arm and make it powerful enough to withstand all blows. It's the secret herb, which is very Chinese, and he's doing the whole five fingers of death sort of thing where he's toughening up and toughening up your knuckles and things. I've done that with the wall bag. That's a thing, but we don't stick our hands into fire. But he's practicing there and dropping this on his hand to kill all the nerves. Now, this is kind of never mentioned again. His hand's blackened the rest of the entire movie. And in the sequel, of course, he looks normal and doesn't mention this. I don't know if she's in it or not. I don't think she is. But, I mean, it's a semi-sequel. But he breaks that with one blow, and then he punches out the gazebo, bulbous bouffant. Oh, and she gets mad at him, and he's like, "Don't be mad." Then she punches him. He fakes that he really hurt her, and then they laugh. This is like the light moment, so you can tell that they like each other. And he's just he was a good actor and really went all out. Now, if he'd have, learned, went into practice, movies wouldn't be called bashers. But I like watching them because they're energetic and they don't look so choreographed. And once again, I like them both. So they take him out. Or they go out to have some meal, and they're at that same damn restaurant that started all their. And then he goes to look at his old school or their school, and the Hook Gang shows up, and who knows what they're thinking about doing with her, but she shows up. Wang Yu shows back up, beats everyone up, and then there's old Jerkface that actually lied to his master about everything and caused all the problems. One punch, he's dead. Throws around the judo guy, and then beats up everybody else. See, they even do the whole, four men, and he shrugs them off, which it looks great. It's a great scene, and I can see why people do it, why pro wrestlers do it. Look at all the blood everywhere. I mean, there's bodies everywhere in this movie. And it's a one-arm punch. And that's where he kills the judoka. All right. And now they're saying, uh-oh. And I don't remember if the Japanese guys have taken over or not. It happens in one movie, and I'm drawing a blank. And so we're going over the weak points of the llamas. Another outside shot, and they shoot the rest of the movie outside. So we're coming up to it, and I have not listened to any more of this.
Kung Fu Beast. Siamese Devils. Tibetan Tiger Man. The Invincible Yuga Khan.
He's not now. Oh, the trailer just kills me. So everyone's there. There's our karatekas, our yoga master, the Muay Thai guys, and the llamas. Llama duck. And he beats every one of them. So his endurance is amazing. He does do a couple of one-punch kills. See, they're dead. The llamas do it, or the yoga is doing his walking around. And then apparently he learned from Master Yoda about how to stand on your hands, but he didn't get to lift rocks. This confuses him so much he's an easy kill. Now these two boneheads, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, have a backup plan. They've got bombs.
The one-armed boxer. A total of 9 masters of the martial arts to tear the screen apart.
Rider kick.
The Chinese professionals. Rated R.
Yep, rated R. And it's bloody, but it's not grossly bloody. No. So he defeats the llamas. Once again, this is going to have repercussions 4 years later. Apparently, bird messages take quite a while. And there's the bomb they throw back, and Wang Yu catches it, hurls it back at the bad guy. That's it for them. I mean, you see pieces of them falling down. A very satisfying ending to all the bad guys. And then it's time for him and the let's see, Ku to battle, and there's his fangs. I don't know how he could fight with those things, but Wang Yu gets the crap beat out of him. I mean, he's playing the face in danger role. That's his Ricky Morton role. Look how strong he just kicked a hole into the ground. But he's gotten punched, and with that arm that's invincible. Now Wang Yu is right-handed, so he had to do all of this both when he was the one-armed swordsman and the one-armed boxer with his left hand. And he is worse for the wear here. And they just keep fighting. He even bashes his head into the rocks. I mean, this is your martial spirit in play. But finally, kills him dead. The end. So, 93 minutes, and it just goes by just almost as fast as that. It's no wasted time. There's not too much, just walking about. I mean, a little more humor could be fun, but they do know how to. Wang Yu does know how to move away from a fight, so you can get a little breath there. You're not overwhelmed with it all, but some of the fights are shorter, some of the fights are longer, and it's very satisfying. And he just leaves them there bleeding all over the place. I mean, and then apparently he goes back to whatever town he's in, and starts his own school. But there you go. There you have. That's the Chinese or the one-armed boxer, not the Chinese boxer, not the one-armed swordsman, even though they all star the same man. But Wang Yu doing what he does best, pretty much kick butt. Now the movie's kind of remade for the Master of the Flying Guillotine with the addition of the Master seeking revenge. But there's another tournament, bunches of styles. They do have some Lau brothers doing the choreography, so the fights are a little more straightforward, but it's just great. And we'll talk about that movie sometime in the near future, probably this year. However, my fellow agents, this has been Xiaolin Saturday. And until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off.
Combine the Dirty Dozen with the Magnificent Seven, and you have the Chinese Professionals. Kung Fu Beast. Siamese Devils. Tibetan Tiger Man. The Invincible Yuga Khan. The one-armed boxer. A total of 9 masters of the martial arts to tear the screen apart. The Chinese Professionals. Rated R.